I always just liked having boys. I never wanted girls.
Yeah.
If I had one, then yeah, it's what happens. But I just prefer, like, if you have a preference,
Yeah.
I would prefer a boy. I just prefer it.
Would you feel like having a boy or what's more difficult to raise, a boy or a girl? What do you think on level of difficulty, in the sense that teaching them the ways on you know, how to avoid mistakes in life? But I feel like they also need to make them to learn. But you know, what do you think would be harder to raise? Because you already have you're already experienced now, right? But
I have a son. I feel like for me, it might be harder
to raise a daughter.
I just don't want to, but I feel like I feel like it's harder to.
Yeah.
I would say maybe, I don't know. That's a hard one, bro.
No,
I want
mean,
his input because
he's
I
like-
don't
he's
want
like,
to know
"That's
what
a hard
Roger
one."
thinks.
Next
It's
question, please.
No,
Next
it
question.
is. I feel like both have their own challenges, so I don't feel like it's
Okay, I'll
which
be
one's
honest.
harder.
I'll be honest. So where I work at, I always see these little boys with their parents and shit. And, oh my god, they're so fucking annoying.
Little badasses.
And yeah, for real, bro. I swear to God, little boys are annoying as shit in public. Like, they're just running around touching shit like that. But girls are a lot more calm. You can talk, like,
Yeah,
you
you treat
can
a-
talk to a girl. You can,
Yeah.
you know, explain to her certain things. And if you're one of those parents who actually take the time and explain instead of saying, "Oh, because I said so,"
Yeah.
then that's gonna go a long way. But with little boys, bro, they just
think
be
it'd be
running around
harder.
and crying,
Yeah.
for no reason. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Little boys throw more tantrums to get what they want.
Yeah, and that's when you don't give them what they want because
Yeah.
life don't work
But
that way.
why
Yeah.
do they do that though? What?
'Cause they
What?
think-
What makes? No.
Well, we're talking about the
makes-
raising stage.
I
We're
can
not
tell
talking
you-
about like
No,
adult.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I think it's their mom. The mom is
The mom
so
is-
easy to give.
But that's
in a
why it's
lot
so
of the
important to pick the
time.
right person
Yeah,
for
you're right,
that.
but the mom is
Yeah.
so easy to give in a lot of the time to give you what you want.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, oh baby, I don't want you sad. I
Well,
don't
you
want you
can't.
crying."
Okay, but you can't
And
play.
they give in a
you
lot
can't
more.
both play bad cops. I feel like there's got to be one good one and one bad one, right? You as a father would be kind of like the.
I mean, look. I'll be honest with you. If I had a son, like, I'd have him on the straight and narrow, bro. Like, I'd have him on the straight and narrow.
Roger
like,
would just be more how he is with his daughter, but more even like, nah,
Yeah,
for real,
because-
for real,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
stop
yeah.
it. I
Oh,
already
because
told you,
okay,
for real.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
With
Get
my
your
daughter,
ass up.
like,
That's what I'm
of course, I raised her with some masculinity involved. Obviously,
dude,
you know.
yeah.
But I also know when to tone it down and shit, because like, I'm not gonna fucking yell at her whenever she does something that upsets me or does something that maybe bothers me or anything like that. Where I
Yeah.
would yell at a boy.
Yeah,
where-
I was gonna say, but your
Yeah.
son, you would.
You would.
And
Yeah.
see, daughters, what do they? I mean, the mothers.
tough love.
What do mothers do? The mothers yell at their daughters.
At their daughters because
but they
they
don't
have-
be yelling really at their sons.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly,
pobrecito,
exactly.
da, 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 da,
Yep,
see? And they
exactly.
flip it all the time.
Yep.
Maybe it's
So that's why I think it would be harder to raise a boy.
yeah.
It'd be
it's
tougher.
both,
It'd be
yeah.
more tough love than anything else because,
Yeah.
like Roger mentioned, I feel like you would kind of nurture your daughter more, right? You would kind of take her in more to like, you know, baby her more than you would a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, for sure.
And that's the hard part. Like whenever a lot of guys have daughters, they're
Yeah.
always like, "Oh, I'm just gonna."
Or
give
you
in
know
to
what?
her."
You know who would be a good person to actually. I yell at God's children. That's
God's
funny.
children.
No. Let me see if I can get my dad on the line, and then y'all guys can ask him.
Who's harder to raise?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
No, you said
Yeah.
that, bro. I think I could just going off of my past experience with my own family. I would say if I asked my family that, they'd say the girls were harder.
Yeah.
Well,
because
let's
they
call
were
your dad.
so. They were
Let's call your
so-
dad and find out.
No, not my dad. My mom. Yeah.
Actually,
My
I'll ask my dad too.
My actual dad only has two boys, but obviously my sisters are his daughters. But like,
All right. Let me.
raising them.
I'm gonna
is
call
a
him right
little
now. Let's see
different.
if he answers.
Everybody's
And
on
if
the phone.
and if
call
not,
them.
I'll call my dad too.
Everybody's always on the phone.
He'll have something to say.
All right, let's see if he answers. He should be answering.
He already asleep, bro.
Nah, he ain't asleep. You're scratching his balls and shit. All right, fuck it.
All right, let me call him.
All right, just put it on speakerphone. Hold on to the mic.
I'll put him on
That's the
speakerphone.
road.
I got you, and I'll put him next to the mic.
Well, wait. Oh yeah, I do want to know what Julio Balance thinks.
Yeah, I got you. I know he ain't doing nothing right now.
Hey, and
He's fixing the Mustang.
Just by us talking, we I got
Hey.
one person confirmed for next week.
Hey.
So.
Hey, where's that at? Put him on the phone.
I'm right here. What's up?
Hey, all right, quick question. All right, hold on.